Your mind, the most powerful thing a human has. It controls everything you do and can change your perception of reality. The Stoics spoke upon the importance of mastering your mind and its correlation with a virtuous and stoic life. In this video today, we will list 15 Stoic lessons in order to master your mind. Before we start this video, I would like to say thank you for watching, and don't forget to like. And if you are watching this and not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for more life-changing Stoic content. Number 1. Use adversity as fuel. When facing hardships and failures, let them motivate you to grow stronger rather than getting discouraged. Turn disadvantages into advantages. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediments to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Take setbacks and mistakes as wake-up calls to upgrade your approach rather than cues to quit. Ask yourself reflective questions. What can I learn here? How can I improve? Where is opportunity for self-correction and growth? Also avoid complacency during peaceful times. Let the looming possibility of challenges motivate preparation and appreciating what you have. Train and plan as if difficulty could arrive any time. Never get too comfortable. As Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Of course, after major setbacks, take time to grieve and acknowledge loss, mindful why, but then shift focus to the future. How can you channel the pain into increased wisdom to keep progressing? Let hardship forge you. The impediments we believe stop us often provide the resistance to push us farther once embraced rather than avoided. Each adversity overcome increases strength and resilience. Use challenges to your advantage. Let them fuel your best. Number 2, pursue virtue, not pleasure. Take notice when you act just to experience immediate gratification. While momentary enjoyment has a place, make it occasional, not the focus of life. Moderation, not excess, enables sustainable happiness. Instead, devote your precious time and energy to worthwhile endeavors aligned with your highest values, creating beauty, helping others, learning, connecting deeply. These bring profound meaning. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Of course, take pleasure in eating well, laughter with friends, and restorative leisure, but make them fueled by and fuel for purpose. Don't waste long hours lost chasing ephemeral pleasure. True fulfillment comes from excelling at moral virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, self-discipline. Developing these requires patience and work, but their joy is lasting. Quick fixes fade. To master your mind, subordinate superficial desires to your best self. Pleasure passes, wisdom and character remain. Keep your mind steadfastly oriented toward virtue, not fleeting gratification. Number 3, manage expectations. Reflect on times your suffering came from unrealistic expectations, demanding perfect health, success, or treatment by others. Challenges are guaranteed, expecting otherwise is fantasy. But expecting bumps in the road allows patience. Of course, pursue ambitious goals, but hold them lightly, remaining flexible in your approach. Avoid rigid attachment to specific visions. Adapt artfully when life inevitably has other plans. See setbacks as feedback. Also check unrealistic expectations of yourself or others. Progress happens slowly, in fits and starts. Be compassionate with flaws and missteps as you grow. Let kindness temper standards. With balanced expectations, you roll with life's ups and downs smoothly. Neither failure nor success shatters you when you expect both arise natural. Why? Equanimity comes from anticipating reality. Mastering your mindset requires seeing the world clearly. Even hardships become easier to face with appropriate expectations. Stay hopeful yet grounded. Cultivate rational optimism. Number 4, separate externals from internals. Master internal factors rather than chasing external ones. Reflect often on how your inner life exists apart from outer conditions. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. No one can force you to think or feel certain ways without your consent. You always have power over your mindset and character. Don't place self-worth in unstable things like career status, appearance, fame, or wealth. These reside outside your control, but you determine your wisdom, integrity, and growth. No one can take these inner riches. Of course, seek to wisely improve externals when ethical, but without emotional attachment. Serenity comes from mastering your inner world, not controlling fickle externals. As Epictetus said, Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are in your control and some things are not. Make this key discernment repeatedly. Develop self-awareness to catch yourself when reacting to situations versus responding thoughtfully. Remember, the power to shape experience resides within. Number 5. Overcome negative emotions. The Stoics don't advise suppressing emotions or pretending to feel differently. But we can relate to even painful emotions with reason, perspective, and wisdom. Notice when destructive feelings like anxiety, anger, or jealousy start arising. Pause before reacting. Breathe deeply and create mental space around the emotion to prevent getting swept away by it. Consider the emotion from an objective perspective. Ask yourself if the intensity is justified or disproportionate. See it as passing weather rather than a storm devastating your inner world permanently. Focus on responding thoughtfully rather than just venting the raw emotion or following its irrational urges. Take constructive action aligned with your goals and values. With practice, you can feel even difficult emotions without following wherever they lead you. The key is maintaining your perspective, priorities, and principles amidst even the stormiest states. As Seneca said, the spirit ought to be brought up for examination daily. Check in to manage emotions wisely. They become servants rather than masters as you strengthen discernment. Number 6. Reframe problems. When you encounter obstacles and setbacks, pause reactive frustration. Instead, ask yourself constructive questions. What can I learn from this? How might this actually benefit me in ways I don't yet see? What good could even come from this difficulty? Also, immediately shift focus to resolve issues pragmatical why. What solutions can I brainstorm? What step can I take right now? How can I prevent this problem going forward? Avoid dwelling on the problem itself. Of course, take time to process pains and misfortune too. But don't get stuck in lamenting. Move quickly into asking, what now? What next? To spark growth and progress. Adopting a solutions mentality builds confidence and resilience. You stay motivated knowing you possess the resourcefulness to handle whatever comes. Challenges become exciting opportunities to improve. The Stoics counseled welcoming adversity and difficulty as a way to develop virtue and wisdom. Each problem solved strengthens your ability to tackle the next one. With practice, obstacles only propel you to greater heights. Number 7. Limit your desires. Wanting ever more leads to dissatisfaction, while intentional moderation of desires increases contentment. Aim to need little rather than have everything. Notice where desires for acquisition, stimulation, status, and other external things arise constantly. Enjoy pleasures in moderation, but be wary of insatiability breeding addiction or emptiness. Catch yourself comparing to those with more. You often lack appreciation for what you already have. But the wise find riches in developing character and cherishing simple joys available to all. When desires for unnecessary things appear, pause and reflect on how they might bring excess rather than fulfillment if fulfilled. Consider virtue and service instead of consumption. Of course, set ambitious goals and envision new horizons, but do so for the sake of growth and contribution, not feeding endless desires. Motive matters. The more wants, the more frustration when life inevitably does not meet them all. But needing little, you find abundance already exists. Limit desires and gratitude naturally arises. Number 8. Follow nature. Attempting to fight nature breeds distress, while flowing with it brings harmony. Consider what contributes to your health, growth, and excel, and it's aligned with human nature. Nourishing food, learning, meaningful work, loving relationships. Make these needs priorities over artificial pursuits. Also minimize pollution and destruction of the natural world. Tread lightly on Earth by consuming less, creating less waste, and protecting ecosystems. Choosing sustainability eases your conscience. Examine natural cycles like seasons, day and night, aging, and impermanence. Flow with these currents rather than resisting. Take time to rest and restore. Let go graceful why when your season passes. As Aurelius said, live in harmony with nature. Don't try to force conditions life does not allow. Accept gains and losses with equanimity. Adapt flexibly along life's unfolding. Resisting the fundamental way things are only brings frustration. But accepting what accords with nature and working skillfully within that reality brings serenity and wisdom. Live in tune with the natural order. Number 9. Focus on character. Cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation brings meaning and fulfillment. Your character matters more than external reputation or acclaim. Take stock of your principles and how you embody them in daily life. Do an honest self-assessment. In what areas can you demonstrate greater integrity, helpfulness, and resilience? Set intentions each day. Lead through example. Focus less on instructing others and more on modeling upright conduct yourself. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. When facing choices, consider how your decision reflects on your character more than consequences for fame or status. Reputation is secondary to walking your talk. Of course, take satisfaction in hard-earned honors too. But make cultivating excellence of soul your first priority. Stay humble. Do good works discreetly without requiring credit. In all you do, protect and purify your moral purpose. Fortify it against life's storms. Character can withstand all changes in fortune. Keep working to align action and wisdom. Number 10, have an internal locus of control. The perspective that you have agency over outcomes through your choices and actions. The alternative, an external locus, feels like results stem from external forces, not self-determination. Reflect often on how your future depends on the thoughts and actions you take each day. Even amidst hardship, you have power to steer your inner ship mindfully. You don't have to be a passive victim of circumstance. Avoid making blanket accusations like, "My boss makes me miserable," or "My ex ruined my life." This externalizes agency to others, but you always have power of choice in how you perceive and respond. Own it. Of course, external factors exist, but fixating on them breeds helplessness. Focus instead on what you can control: your habits, thoughts, actions. This also reduces anxiety since you can act on internal factors to direct your life wisely. Having an internal locus of control doesn't guarantee perfect outcomes, but it empowers you to keep learning and improving based on results through your own volition. You write the story. Number 11, contemplate mortality. Memento mori, remembering you will die, provides essential perspective to tame anxiety and live intentionally. Death puts all in proper light. Think often of how fleeting life is. Your remaining days may be few or many, but the reaper comes for all. Let this urgency instill passion for living fully now, not waiting until conditions are perfect. Postpone nothing meaningful. Imagine yourself at life's end so you can live presently with wisdom. How would you want to look back on the story of your life? What would give it meaning? Guiding values become clearer when mortality draws near. Contemplating death drives prioritizing what matters, contributing good, sharing love, cultivating awareness. Legacy becomes more important than chasing distractions or comforts. Keep these priorities daily. Though we know death awaits, our days are still overflowing with possibility. Anchoring in mortality clears the path to make the most of this finite gift. Death provides perspective, not despair, to those who see with soulful eyes. Number 12, practice resilience. Just as muscles must regularly strain to grow stronger, difficulties provide the resistance that builds our mental and emotional fortitude. Lean into productive hardship rather than avoiding it. Choose growth over comfort. Run uphill rather than downhill. Challenge yourself and get comfortable being uncomfortable. What struggles would forge you? When you face trials, remind yourself, this is precisely the training I need to build my resilience, patience, and courage. Endure difficulties graciously. Let them strengthen your grit, just as weights tear, then strengthen muscle fibers. Persist through setbacks with tenacity rather than giving up at the first sign of struggle. Assume growth will take sustained effort over time. Imagine yourself as an oak, not a blade of grass. Stand tall through storms. Of course, know your limits and rest to integrate lessons, but regularly push boundaries. With consistent training through difficulty, you internalize the truth that you can handle more than you think. Then extend your reach further. Face each new challenge as an opportunity to expand your capacities. Say with confidence at every threshold, I am equal to this. The trials life sends our way provide the perfect resistance to grow strong. Number 13, help others. Service provides meaning and perspective to overcome petty concerns. Look for ways your unique gifts and experiences equip you to contribute good works. How could you brighten someone's day with a kind gesture? What wisdom might your life path offer that benefits another? When you notice someone struggling, financially, emotionally, or otherwise, reach out. Offer support and encouragement without judgment. Simply listening wholeheartedly can be blessing enough. Helping others pulls you outside of your own limited worldview. You gain perspective on what really matters when faced with life's essentials like caring for sick friends or volunteering in impoverished areas. Of course, care for your needs too. But avoid becoming trapped in the smallness of constant self-concern. Regular service expands your spirit exponentially. The wise know their lives gain meaning not by hoarding joys, but by giving them away. Your gains multiple when shared. Who needs your help? How can you lift them up? The reward is inestimable. Number 14. Master yourself first. Work diligently to improve your own habits and faults first. Lead by the example of your actions, rather than empty criticism. When you notice yourself getting irritated by other people's flaws and missteps, pause. Turn attention inward. How could you model the qualities like patience or kindness that you'd like to see? Before instructing or coercing others, ask if you yourself demonstrate excellence in that area you are demanding. Does your own conduct inspire? Are you aligned with your advice? Lead first by walking your talk. As Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Don't just philosophize virtues. Exemplify them through devoted practice, especially when difficult. Then you teach powerfully. Of course, I'll have room for growth. Gently help others improve too once you walk the path. But credibility comes from diligent self-mastery first. Reproach yourself before reproaching others. Work on you. When you consistently demonstrate the principles you wish the world followed, you gain power to uplift others through the inspiration of your model. Light the way by refining yourself into the change you seek. Number 15. Live deliberately. Take time for presence and principle-based decisions. Pause frequently throughout the day to check in with yourself. How am I spending this hour? Is this aligned with my highest values or just inertia? Make active choices. Realign with purpose when needed. Before important decisions or interactions, take time to center yourself first. Come fully into the present moment. Then respond thoughtful why based on wisdom rather than just impulsive emotion. When you notice yourself just rushing through activities anxiously to finish them, slow down. Do them with full engagement, creativity, and enjoyment of process. Zen gives depth. Of course, routines help conserve willpower, and spontaneity has joys too. Balance structure with flexibility, but avoid living days, weeks, months on autopilot. Keep asking, am I living deliberately? Staying conscious in each moment requires effort but unlocks great opportunity. Presence allows discerning which actions align with your best self and which lead astray. Awaken. Choose thoughtfully. The undisciplined mind lives blindly, pushed and pulled by external forces. But the mastered mind moves from its center. Practice presence. Reclaim your sovereignty to live by design rather than default. If you are listening to this, thank you for staying till the end. If you feel any of these Stoic lessons resonated with you today, feel free to start a Stoic discussion in the comments. I welcome Stoic discussions as they are what the great Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca advised for. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, and if you want more content like this, subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you find peace and serenity in the Stoic ways.